Hey yo, how are you guys doing? Sorry, I just I'm smiling a bit now because I just, heard some news, Anyway, um yeah, not really, but it was just something troubling with family, and at least it's being sorted out. But yeah, you know. Anyway, as you can see from the background, I'm here to talk about Potomac. I wanted to talk about this boring season of Potomac. This is for me. This is the last episode, obviously, for this season. Next episode is just like Karen, and I feel Wendy. They will also put in the Wendy whole stuff, and Karen. That is if Wendy agreed to them to film. The whole after season ish, because the only thing that saved this show this season was the after season issue. If not, nothing else saved the show. This show was boring. What were they going to talk in the reunion? Really? Angel's messy ass party or Jazzy's wedding or Stacy lying. We already know Stacy lies. We just like her bubbly personality, Stacy, I already said it. I like Stacy, but she lies from the back of her teeth. Stacy can lie. In fact, if you can tell her there's a pink color in front of you, and she will say no, it's blue, and literally it's pink. She just lies anyhow. Okay, let me not say she lies like that, but she lies. I don't know. Maybe she does it for reaction purpose, or I don't know. Maybe, or I think sometimes she truly cannot remember, which I believe so. But she lies. Sometimes I actually think she does lie for the sake of you can tell she does not care of any of those. She's there for a purpose. You can really tell that. And sometimes I just think she does not just remember some of the things she. Sometimes I think she's putting on a performance. Sometimes I think she's just there for. Stacy is a complicated human being. That's why we like her. She's bubbly and everything, but she's also a beautiful lady. Gosh, she's very beautiful, and she carries herself, moderately very good. I like the last episode when she was like, I'm not a rich bitch and all those kind of people like fake Wendy, like what we know of her now. It's just laughable, knowing that, and I'm Nigerian, by the way, so it's kind of crazy. I don't support bad behavior, obviously, so when the if she has to go to jail for that, let her go. Thank God for that. It will at least give the reunion some substance, which I heard she cried during the reunion. That it was kind of emotional for her, but and some things, some people are saying that Eddie, as in, I don't know anyway. Me and my friend was suspecting, and I did hear, oh, maybe it's just us suspecting. Let me not put that in the air if this video reaches anywhere you know and that they're saying that it's possible she might pin it on Eddie. I mean, we're thinking it's possible she might pin it on Eddie, thinking that okay, Eddie should take the whole for that she had nothing to do with it or all those kind of thing in during the reunion. But we'll see how everything goes by, because there was a part they did not play in this whole season that was still supposed to see, that I think when they and Ashley were talking, if you watch the trailer, and this whole season, it's just been weird with Potomac. I don't know, for some things, this last episode just seemed so mid and stupid. The whole season has been seeming so mid. It seemed like there were things going on, but everything has just been weird. And the season it wasn't just mid, it was horrible. It was not mid. What you call mid is Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills ain't at any peak right now. But it's Beverly Hills. You will still get moments from them. They are actually rich people, and they are actually something. But Potomac is interesting, mostly reunion, like people will say, but it's interesting, but the problem is that they become cutthroat sometimes, messy, and then they don't use their heads and all those kind of things sometimes. It's like, okay, a kind of the It Girls and the ones who are trying to be like the It Girls kind of show and all those kind of thing. Like, then there's a way it runs and all those kind of thing. I don't really get it. Potomac is just strange, But yeah, as in the show I'm talking about, not the place. The place, anyway. But I like the vibe of the place. I just don't like the place. Let me say that. Seems too cowboyish. Anyway, so yeah, so far on this episode, I'll give it a 6/10. It's not getting close to a 9 or so. Whether Karen, I don't know why people carry the whole Karen thing a big deal. I really don't get the whole hype behind her, honestly. Maybe it's me that just don't care or whatever, but I just don't get the whole hype. So at least maybe the Karen thing is maybe what people looked forward to. But me, what I can say about this episode, first of all, like I said, I'll give it a 6/10. It's a six today, it's a six tomorrow, it's a six tonight. You know, and then I might gonna have to do. I might gonna have to do some research on some of the. There's a research, some of the places rather I might come because I don't get the whole Aspen um level of. Anyway, let's not get into all that. But yeah, this episode was a 6/10, and I'm not even talking about the episode, the whole season, because I'm just here. I don't give my thought too much on like Kempire does and the rest. But sometimes I like to give when I see something annoying me and I want to point it out. So that's why I'm pointing this out. Stacy lies, but we all love her. Wendy is a fraud. I don't like Wendy, and I'm Nigerian, so that should tell you a lot. She seems something about her is fake. Me and my friend always says it, and she's just off. You can tell. And this fraud thing is not just. Trust me, if they could fraud at this time, I mean, if they could be charged for fraud at this time of their life, then where they seem to be doing good, then imagine what they were doing before. And a lot of things seems fake about her, even her in friendship and everything. That is why I did not gaslight Kiana. But Kiana also was kind of looking for a getting. And also she also gives fake vibe. Not really fake, but I don't really know. Kiana is just there for me. I really don't care like that. But she's not a terrible person. She has a fresh brother. She's a fine girl, So she's not terrible like that when it comes to looks. Anyway, Giselle is going to always. I can't believe I was actually liking Giselle. Thank God my friend snapped me out of it because here is the thing with Giselle. I like the fact that she's a strong lady, but she becomes too mean when she does not have to. She It's like a plot for her. It's seeming to. And like I said, sometimes you guys don't have to do the same thing over and over again. You can have an emotional season, you guys can have a funny season and everything. Just let it be something worth watching. Miami, we don't always get an we're not looking for an over dramatic season. We've had that. Or if everything is too over dramatic, where is the fun? We'll just be expecting, oh, let's be expecting much during. No, let's have emotional, let's have a real talk season. And that's why sometimes I give kudos to Bravo for not showing us some violent scenes, although sometimes they need it in some shows. So yeah, like New York now. New York does not need a calm or emotional season. They have had that in 2 seasons and they have not even tried anything. So they need a hot coming season. That is the difference. But places like Potomac and the rest, they have had all their heat season. So let them have like a calm season. You get, and all those calm things, and there must not be drama. So yeah. Giselle Jazzy, just gives me like one all those typical black girls energy. You know. Tia, I like Tia, but Tia gives me she goes wherever the wind goes, and she's not of substance. She seems like she can handle herself, but at the same time, it also seems like her mind can also be tapped on. you know that's the crazy part. Like I said, I'm a straight guy watching this show, so don't take my views like, oh, it makes sense, you know. Um, Candice was actually the one I liked in Potomac, but Candice sometimes she makes everything a movement, and like she there are some things I did not like about Candice, but I liked her. I liked her. She was funny. And I liked sometimes the way she chose the shade. You know, it was kind of cool. You know, and she was a beautiful lady. I always say she can play a black Barbie, mean Barbie girl, but a black Barbie because she looks like a black Barbie. I don't watch Barbie, but I know that. Then Karen, Karen is just there. It has entered her head, but whatever. For me, I don't look at Karen's side. I just feel that isn't she supposed to be going to be looking after her grandchildren also? Why is she still on this show? I don't hate her. This is not from me. I just don't care, honestly. I really don't care. That's why I don't see the whole hype behind her. I don't care. I don't care about any of these people. Um, Ashley, I don't. The thing with Ashley is that I like the fact that Ashley has a persona. She has, how will I put it? I like her persona. Not like her persona. I like the fact that she's not what you think in the head. A pretty girl who is just okay, this, that. She's kind of wild in a way. It's not someone you think like what you think in the head. So I like that about her. But she obviously tries so hard to stay on the show for a check, which is so obvious. And then, apart from her alliance with Giselle, most of these people are not real friends. It's an alliance. I've always said that. So you guys need to get that in your tick score if you think they're actually friends. Obviously, Giselle and Ashley are not friends. They're just an alliance for the show. Okay, you back me up. Even Robin and Giselle at some point, I think, see the way Robin treated Giselle under the bus during that whole Watch What Happens Live. Oh, so even if Robin was the one who said it, at least if you had in mind as a friend, you won't your mind won't even cross to just throw her under the bus. But at the same time, I'm not saying you should not defend yourself also. Sometimes people misconstrue. I don't think like everyone else. I try to have my own. I try to look at things with a six, like I said, six eye, six sense. You know. So yeah, Robin, Ashley, so yeah, I've mentioned Ashley. Yeah, Ashley is just, and she's crazy also. She's also just crazy. She looks for the target. She makes the show looks like, okay, this is who I'm coming for this season, or this is what I plan. Not necessarily what I'm coming for. This is how it should go this season. This is who I'm coming for, probably also. So she makes it look like a scripted, not really scripted, but an annoying show. Like, oh, it's supposed to be, instead of looking at the lives of these people, it's like, okay, it's supposed to be like this. And she has a lot she can talk about. Ashley is just a messed up human, honestly. Just messed up, marriage wise and everything. Well, yeah, I like her persona that she's not who you think in the head. Something about her just gives unique, even if she goes after light skin or white guys. Then I think I've talked about everybody. I've said Kiana, Stacy, Angel. Now, let me say this with Angel. Angel, I feel okay. Here is what I said this before. For maybe I don't think Angel is that. Although you never know people, sure. Maybe she did plan the trip this way or whatever the case is. So let me just put that out there. But Angel, she's boring. Angel's just boring. Number one. Then she, how will I put it? I like one thing I can give her for is courage. You know, she does try to carry herself well. Angel is the kind of person you can invite for high class events. Among those ladies, Angel is one person can invite for high class events. She carries herself well, and she is beautiful, but she's not my type per se. Not just because of her size or anything. I'm a very skinny guy, so I'm not a lot of people's type and everything. And I don't consider myself fine. That is why I don't put my face here. But I don't know anyway. Some people might say you're fine, some people might say you're not. So but Angel, for me, she's a fine lady, but she's not my type. That's what I can say. Then she won't fit into this kind of group, which I feel she can fit for the show, but she won't fit into this group because she she's not that kind of cut. She's just boring. Let me say that. She's boring. So but we can give her a chance. Like I said, I don't know her intentions. I don't know her plans. I don't know how she is real life. This is just once again an edited show and everything. So we don't know most of the things. So she's just, let me just use the word boring for now, because she has not given me anything solid right now, but she's nice. She seems like a beautiful and everything. And you know. But with that scene of those guys smoking and now thank God I remembered some of these things. I wanted to rush out of this video and everything. But thank God I remembered. Now I wanted to get into uh, um Wendy and Stacy stuff. This was even not supposed to be a long video. I I don't know why people people just want to always, okay, everybody's attacking this person. Let me also, I now have the mindset of this person and I will also attack at this point. Also, the things the thing I wanted to say at that part, and everything, where Wendy in the car of this episode, when they attacking Stacy and everything. Here's the thing, Stacy had not even talked. That is what I can say. Is that when the whole thing, I don't know if I heard that also. I did not hear her denying anything. What I know is that when they were saying what happened, I not really hear Stacy saying, no, that's not what happened. I don't know if she said that, or maybe she said it in a different way, but in that line of words, that's not what. So maybe I'll watch it back and everything. But if I'm right and she did not say anything in that line and everything, I don't see why Wendy was trying to make it like, oh, Stacey is trying to lie. So I understand all of you already. I'll calm down when you know you guys think she's a liar and you guys have this mindset. But at that point, I did not hear her lying. We just heard, we were just, at that point, it was like she just wanted to say, okay, I've been your friend and everything. It's like she has it in the back of my mind. I've been your friend and everything. So you need to. So which it comes off very annoying, and everything. I was like, nah, Stacy, don't buy into this whole crap. The what I'm saying is that it's good when they call Stacy out because Stacy lies too much, and everything, and the scenes always replay back. But I did not hear her denying. That is what I'm saying. She still lied on this. She did not want to go and everything, which I originally feel she did not want to. Maybe she did not remember and everything in that she. But okay, let me not say she lied, but she has lied about other things which have been proven, which me, I even had to say, okay, Stacey, calm down. From what I saw, you know. But in this case, I did not hear her denying. That is what I'm saying, whether it was true or not. So it was kind of, when Wendy jumped down, I was like, nah, Wendy, come on. Even if you're going to talk to her, even as a guy, we won't do that in front of the other, especially those who think of her that way. We'll do it out of the car somewhere else and be like, come on, this is what you now want to plan, so thing. Just apologize. Then three of you cannot have the conversation. It's not something to jump down her throat because you won't get it. But she would just feel like you're attacking her rather than her taking the correction. So I did not. I just felt like Wendy should have moved more cautiously as a friend rather than just trying to, because everybody has been on Stacy and be like, okay, she just made this small talk of which seems is about to be a lie or so. Okay, let me also jump down now because there's this idea on her already, and so saying, nah, you can't do that. So yeah, so far this episode, like I said, I'll give it a 6/10. The whole thing. Giselle really, I agree with Giselle. She say when she hijacked the trip, it was fine because man, that I in that case I supported them on that car. They even tried. I supported their energy on that car on. Man, nah. Like for 3 hours, if it's not edited, if it's as long as it was, they were showing us, then because they even had to stop for a food truck and everything, then I would say, nah, this is not a good. I feel she wanted to really do something, and so sometimes you guys can just have a brunch in your house and end it there. Or if you're going to have an overseas trip, you can have it in a. Must they always do some kind of environmental kind of place? Go to Dubai. Let's see the luxury lifestyle. You guys have the money, right? Go. There even Beverly Hills also. Like we don't want to be seeing where get it. They are rich women. They are trying to show okay they can be down to, but want to see after all they still spend money in hotels and all this. Like, come on now. We don't always want to be saying this. How many seasons will we see? But sometimes it's fun to see these things. I'm not saying it's not, but sometimes it's annoying. That's what I'm saying. Every show we don't always want to see the same thing. It's just what basically trying to say. But yeah, 6/10. I hope there's nothing. We'll see the whole. I was wondering, yeah, why is the reunion not this episode? Because when I started seeing their ending card, what do you call it? Their closing card, you know, I was like, where's the reunion then? You know, I haven't seen any clip. I had to pause the show, go back to Bravo page and everything. I did not see. I was like, what's going on? Then I saw the whole kind. I like the fact that the final episode is something different. We have not had that in in ever. I don't know, sure. I like I said, I just recently was watching, and the reason I started watching Housewife or focusing on her because of my friend, a girl. So she, you know, made me even watch it. I used to see clips before. I don't used to like pay attention and all that. But I just used to see it. Was semi interesting anyway. So I just said okay. And then that's how I started. So I don't know the whole if they have had this kind of thing before, but the final episode seems I might tune in. And I'm sure the Wendy thing they will also maybe at the ending. Okay. So that's why I'm looking forward to the reunion. Thank God for these two things. If not, and let me say next season, I don't think will be whether Karen returns or so. The show is already that. First of all, there's too many housewives. First of all, like let's get out of the way. Then not in Potomac. I'm saying in the whole franchise, there are too many housewives, like too many housewife shows. There's like they need to cut it down. Then secondly, they need to give most of these shows a break and come with substance. Bring substance, bring something else into. Then you guys will have a great show. Then do cities that actually. One thing I don't want is for them to do anything London. The vibe, I don't know. London does not have even that. When people are saying that Housewives of London or whatever, they don't have that. Maybe few of the cast they can be on other shows, but it does not mean that they can. They just don't have that star energy kind of for this kind of shows. Maybe there are people, but I just don't know. I don't always feel the vibe from the ones I've seen of the shows they produce of all these London and all those county. Actually do places that really they can sell a show, you know. They can really bring back you guys money, bring back you guys ratings. Lagos is a good one, but with Lagos they fight too much and everything. So it's like okay, that one you also have to think of it. Then they should just cut down the whole thing. So I think they should stop it. Me anyway, like I said, I'm not more watching this whole house. I'm a straight guy, so and I'm not pointing this out to be misogynistic or to try and downplay. No, I don't really care care for. I don't want to get into my own views or all those kind of things. This is not what this video is for. So I'll say that me, I'm stopping because I want to try and get back my masculinity in a way. This thing kind of this masculine in you in a little way. I'm not saying straight men cannot watch it. Everybody's unique, but everybody's different, and there are some unique people who can still be straight and watch all this kind of show. But me, I just want to try and cut down on this show. If you get what I'm trying to say, there are a lot of things I'm dealing with. Mentally, everything I have to focus on some things. So that is the whole point of what I'm trying to say. I feel there's these ladies are interesting, don't get me wrong, and I like the fact that they brought different franchises. But now they are doing way too much, and some things have even been repeated. We're seeing things like Potomac, then we see things like Road. They wear these same cowboy hats. The places look like ranches. They all these kind of things. It's like, okay, haven't we seen this show? It's just the white version, and there's even another white version of this kind of show. We have New Jersey there, then they will not do Rhode Island. I'm like, nah, it's becoming too much. The one they really did well, I will not lie, was the Salt Lake City because it really was a different vibe. So I'll give them that one. They can leave that one. They can leave Beverly Hills, obviously. Orange County, I don't see the use at this point. I really don't see. They are not even too iconic, but they are not bad. But they should just remove it. Orange County, New York. New York. I even think they are just some. Okay, New York is good actually. It's good, but if they can get the right cast, it's good. It's also a unique kind of vibe. Then I was kind of say, but New York, you should be expecting because from what the way I see New York. Anyway, I don't know, Sha, but anyway, you guys get me. All right.